Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with the review of the Nine Eagles Galaxy Visitor 6. Now first I wanted to start out by giving a little bit of background. You may notice, oh, this looks like the Dromida Ominus. Well, it basically is. Nine Eagles and Dromida are both Habaco-owned brands, and Nine Eagles actually makes this originally, and then Habaco rebrands it for America under the Dromida brand, and they, other things under the Helimax brand and stuff like that. So the Dromida Ominus is actually an American rebrand of the Nine Eagles Galaxy Visitor 6. You may know that the Dromida Ominus recently came out with an FPV version. Well, this is the FPV version of the Galaxy Visitor 6. So this is essentially also a review of the Dromida Ominus FPV, because they are basically the same thing, obviously, other than the canopy design here. They change a little bit. But otherwise, it's the same hardware, same props, same camera, same everything. Just rebranded. And yes, this does come in a green version, but this was sent to me to review from Tiny Deal, and they only had it in blue, so I got blue, but no big deal there. I've got the green Ominus, now I've got a blue Nine Eagles. Anyway, on to the review. So you'll notice the props are quite a bit different than the original Ominus or Galaxy Visitor. They've got a lot more pitch to them now, so that helps account for the extra weight, and so that actually makes this thing still fly really nice and punchy, just like the original, even with the camera on it. And then it has a really big battery, which also helps. It's actually a 700 milliamp hour battery. I think, yeah, does it say? No, it's a 25C, so not a really high C rating, but the bigger battery helps account for the extra weight and still give you nice long flight times. It comes with a USB charger here. It takes about 50 minutes to charge, and you get about 10-minute and 40-second flights with a 35-second LVC warning, so pretty nice long flights even for having the camera on it. Oh, and this is Wi-Fi FPV, so you'll see here this is a little holder for your smartphone, which then you put an app on to view it. So it's not 5.8 gigahertz FPV or whatever. It's Wi-Fi, so you're limited range and a little bit of delay on that signal. But kind of a neat little novelty of sorts, but not great for true FPV flying. But the camera is pretty nice. It's got a wide-angle lens on it, and it is a little bit adjustable, but not too much. And for the most part, you're going to want to keep it straightforward if you're actually doing any FPV flying. In fact, you'd kind of want it angled up a little bit, but anyway. It's just mounted on there with like a foam double sticky pad thing, so it's not really removable, though it does come with one extra little double sticky pad in case that rips, or one time you wanted to just rip the thing off of there and fly it without it for a while, then you could go ahead and put a new one back on, but not really made to be taken on and off. It does also come with a 2 GB memory card, which you put in the camera there, so you can trigger, from the remote, you can trigger it to start filming, and it will film to the camera, so you don't get any sort of interference from the Wi-Fi or whatever. And it's, an HD camera with that wide angle, so you actually get some pretty decent onboard footage. And then I see the Wi-Fi FPV as more of a way to monitor what you're filming than for actual true FPV flying. And it also comes with a card reader for the card there, and a spare set of props and some screws to attach those props. And you can actually put these props on the original Ominus or Galaxy Visitor 6 and make that thing even more punchy without the camera weight on it. So here's the transmitter. The FPV camera, the mount there for the phone kind of looks ridiculous at first, but you'll read about it. It actually is pretty done intentionally, because they want to keep the phone away from this antenna so that you don't get interference between the Wi-Fi and the 2.4 gigahertz radio signal. So it's actually very intentional for it to be that long. But also, when you're flying, especially for a pincher, like I tend to find myself holding the, kind of at a downward angle like this So it actually ends up bringing the phone much closer to you in a much more visible angle. So it's actually a really good mount when you think about it. I mean, it looks kind of silly, but functionally it's really nice. And then this is, an optional sun guard. It just kind of plugs into there. You can just pull it in or out. So pretty cool to see a little optional sun guard even for a phone. Pretty neat. Oh, and then you've got a flip button on the left here, so you click that and move the right stick and do flips, and it flips really nice even with the camera on there. You click the right stick to change between, there's 2 different rates, but there's only one yaw rate, but it's a good fast yaw rate. I mean, this thing is really sporty, just like the Ominus or the original Galaxy Visitor. And then on the back here, you've got video on and video off, or picture. So I thought that was kind of weird. I think usually like these, they do video on and video off. You just press it and press it again to turn it off, and then the other one's for picture. So it's kind of weird to remember that you've got to press a different button to stop the video. But anyway, I don't know, how does it know whether you're doing video on or taking a picture? I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe it just is only video on and there actually isn't a picture, but I'm not sure. That's kind of weird. Let's see. Is there anything else to say about this one? No, that looks like that's about it. So we'll go ahead and take it outside and we'll do some sport flying, and then I'll try to show off some, the FPV view, and we'll do some onboard video and check out how the recorded video looks. So let's go check that out. Alright, this is the flight review of the 9 Eagles Galaxy Visitor 6 with the Wi-Fi FPV. So I've got my smartphone connected to the controller here for the FPV. Go ahead and give her a spin. The smartphone holder is a little weird and awkward, but pretty visible. It's actually not so bad right now. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. Let me I don't know what's high rates or low rates. Yeah, I think I'm in high rates there. Just fly it for a minute. Do a flip. A little slow on the recovery there with the extra weight of the camera and everything. Still very sporty in flight with the those new props they've got on there. A lot more pitch to them. Alright, let's see, get back to where I am. Oh, I'm actually pretty impressed with the FPV signal. It's actually pretty good range, and I lost it now. There, it's back. Oh man, right when I was talking about how much I liked it, the signal dropped out on me. Yeah, it's pretty much your typical Wi-Fi FPV. I'm getting a little, when I'm up close it was pretty decent, but the range is pretty much worthless. Yeah, it stopped again. So yeah, another one of these, where Wi-Fi is good to kind of catch your camera angle, but not really meant for FPV flying per se. Let's start some recording. So now I'm recording to the onboard memory card. It's a lot of wide angle to the lens, so the blades show up in the frame quite a bit. Whoa. Let's get some height for the camera there. Man, I just don't trust that Wi-Fi. Yep, it's stopped. I've lost signal. There, it's back a little bit. So I mean, it's kind of working to judge my angle, but man, I don't want to take my eyes off the quad for too long and trust that Wi-Fi signal. Alright, stop the recording. Just go back to flying again. This thing flies nice, even with the extra weight of the camera. It's still got some punch and sportiness to it. Can't really remove the camera though. It's attached with like this double sticky foamy tape stuff, so it does come with one extra one of those, but you know, you can't remove that every time. You have to break the stickiness, rip it off. So I would have liked to see the camera a little more optional, so you could take it off and just fly without it when you wanted to. It flies nice though. And it's always so hard to know if I'm filming FPV screens properly with my hat cam. So I'm sorry if it doesn't show up sometimes. When the Wi-Fi works, it works pretty well. There's not much delay to it, but there's something with the range. Every once in a while, the video just stops. I just lose the signal and the video just freezes up. Alright, well I think that was a good demo anyway. Actually, let me go ahead and give one more quick spin around. A little high-speed pass. Of course the wind picks up right now too. Let's go see what the squirrel thinks. See if I can get some. Oh, full throttle, full throttle. Come on, wind. Playing with the little squirrel over there. Alright, let's bring her in for a landing. Alright, well there we go. It's the Galaxy Visitor 6 from 9 Eagles. The little Wi-Fi FPV camera. We'll check the video description for price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.